Have you learned anything about the two quarterbacks through this camp? I mean, you had obviously a lot of idea about what you're doing, but I mean, what are the things, if anything, you've learned through this camp?
I think you're always learning about guys. The more exposure you get, just their like Daniel's new, obviously, so just how he operates, his personality, how he does things. I mean, Anthony, we've been around, but just coming back another year of maturity and being in the offense, it's just like any player. The more you're around him, you learn more stuff.
We talked to you the weekend you guys drafted Anthony, and you kind of gave your assessment then. How have you seen him grow in these few years now?
Just more time on task. Just how, at Florida, just not playing as much, and like his freshman year was COVID, so meetings were remote, so all of that's been kind of new, right? Like learning how to do that, learning how to operate in the meeting room, how to operate, just setting yourself up when you're outside the building, and what the coaches expect of you, even when you're in the building but not in the meeting room. That extra stuff that quarterbacks are always doing. Those are the kind of things that you just seen him grow with, because he didn't have to do them at Florida. It was young. He was young. They didn't have it, number one. COVID was a big inhibitor of that. So that's all been new, and that's been good to see.
And this is kind of where you guys are, but it's not ideal to be here and not know who your quarterback is, or you just make it for what you do.
It's a competition, It's going to bring out the best in both of them. But, yeah, obviously we'd all love to go into it with, hey, we got, this like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or something like that. But that's not life. So,
do you feel like this has been the best of both of them this camp? Kind of, it's the competition that got you at that place?
I think it's helping both of them, and they can both get better.
You mentioned all the stuff that Anthony's done, like behind the scenes, that we can't see. When it comes to making that evaluation for who's going to be the starter, how much weight do you guys put on the stuff that none of us can see? It's like all behind the scenes, or making checks at the line. Like, how much weight does that stuff have?
It's a lot of it, yeah. And Shane will make that ultimate decision with his staff. But sometimes we don't even see it, until we hear the coaches talk about it. If someone makes a mistake or doesn't, make the right check or call. Sometimes we can't see that because we don't know the play call until after the fact, and that's where it helps me in having such a close relationship with them, and they share that stuff with us.
Do you view this as a make or break year for Anthony?
No.
Then I guess why not?
Why not? Because he's young and he's talented, and we knew it was going to be a long-term project.
In what ways has Tyler Warren maybe confirmed some of the things you saw in the evaluation of him leading up to the draft?
Yeah, it was kind of from day one. It's pretty easy with that one. Really just when he catches a ball, it's just those natural instincts to weave it. Like the first day, there was a screen, and just how he maneuvered in and out of traffic and let his block set up. It was just natural.
I asked him about the blocking aspect of it, and he said, like, you just can't make a mistake at this level. He kind of got his eyes open with that. What have you seen there, and is always going to grow? Is he growing there?
I think so. I always kind of think it's like a boxer. He who makes first contact usually wins. So just getting better with his hands, and which he is. He punches. Like the good ones, they always initiate that contact and seize the initiative, but without getting out of balance. Sometimes they just get their hands a little wide or something like that. But he's pretty good, and he's getting better at it too.
Just his just like this attitude. Guys, it's only going to take you so far, right? You're in town, but like just how he's wired, how he's built. How much does that make him who he is? How much does that play into?
Tyler?
Yeah.
He's pretty quiet. It's confidence, I think.
But like he's a serious player. It's just like
a
serious guy, right?
I think it's just like he's one of those guys. He was a quarterback growing up, and he just knows he's good. Like I think he's just always been good at whatever he played. So, he go play tight end now, and he's good at that. So, I think that's more what it is.
Does positional need that comes across because of injury, does that change the pro scouting department's job at all? Do they focus in more on some of the spots where it feels like every camp there's one spot that just
Must be talking about.
I wasn't gonna say it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're always. That's why you do the work ahead of time. You don't wait till you have an injury. We kind of do that work ahead of time, and we have a list ready. Now it's just, is that player available or not? Can we get them? How long is our guy going to be out? you know, is there someone young on our team that we weren't expecting that's going to step up and make a big contribution? You know, that's where you start weighing in all that stuff.
How hard is the process to try to read, you know, what other teams are going to do in terms of, is this guy going to be available or not?
It's not too bad. I mean, you know, you can watch the way they're playing guys in the preseason games. Some of the work, you know, y'all's colleagues in other cities do. You can kind of glean some stuff from that. And then obviously we have relationships with people at other teams and talk to them. And usually we're all pretty honest with one another. Like, I know some of the guys at Green Bay really well, and they're looking at different positions than we're looking at, and I'll kind of tell them, like, hey, look at him, you know. And that one asked me about a player today, and I said, you're wasting your, he's going to make it. Don't worry about it, you know. So there's avenues to get that information.
And then obviously you can get, I mean, Sam Womack ended up playing, you guys got him at the,
Yeah.
he played 500 snaps or something on defense.
Yeah, we knew him in college, and then, you know, Chris has a really good relationship with John Lynch, and they had a log jam there, and it was him and another guy, and it was, you know, you could trade for one of them, or you could take the chance and just make the claim, or see if you can get the waiver claim. But since there was two of them, and then there were other players at other teams that we also liked, that's where you say, look, let's not make the trade, let's let it come to us.
With Latu, what's the biggest jump that you tend to see from first to second year to that position?
I think they just stop thinking. Okay. You know, they stop thinking and just start playing more. So everything's a little faster on their end.
Did you see that from him last year?
Yeah, I think he's, you know, you're trying to figure out the little tricks that offensive tackles at this level do. He's thinking about his assignment, you know, if the front's moving or something, and then just delineating run to pass. That's kind of the hardest part too. So, and I think that's just all speeding up for him.
What do you think Cam Bynum's brought to this defense, specifically with Lou as the coordinator?
You know, he's really smart, and he's a leader. He's, you know, he's a former corner, so then having that ability to cover back there at that position is huge, and that's because he was a really good corner in college. He just wasn't blazing fast, and I think Minnesota saw him kind of the same way we did, because we talked about moving him to safety, and that's exactly what they did.
Ed, coming into this year, the last one here, guys. You think Anthony needed more growth off the field or on the field?
Probably both.
You're seeing that, I guess, off the field for now, and then hopefully on the field.
Yeah, I think it's the same. I mean, we've seen it. He just got to keep being consistent and carry it over day to day to day.